Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Today's Monday, and let's go ahead and have some fun and try to make some money, right? So I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. As you can see, I have not taken one trade during pre-market hours. I've been keeping a close eye on this. This is /NG. It's been showing signs of an uptrend. It was selling off after it peaked out. It started trading between the middle and bottom VWAP. Began to make lower lows and lower highs, ultimately until it started to show signs of a reversal. It wasn't until this general area where it pushed up, pulled back, made, in a sense, higher highs and higher lows that it actually began to change its overall direction. So one thing that I'm really waiting out to see, kind of what's going on is, wow, /CL is pushing up right now. So that's really nice to see. But the more overbought natural gas becomes, the more potential for recovery that Diaz will offer, right? So the more that we allow this thing to sell off, the more that we can, the larger the margin of profit that we build for ourselves if this thing actually begins to recover, and if that's what we're working on. Or we can kind of go with the flow, and if you think that this is going to continue to uptrend and the pattern, supports that, then again, it makes sense on maybe then why you want to pay attention to you guys, right? So /CL, again, I've been kind of waiting out for this. I talked about it. I brought it up. If you guys saw when it was around the middle VWAP, I talked about both natural gas and /CL at the middle VWAP. Again, it was a descending pattern based off of where it closed at. It was trading between the middle and bottom VWAP, selling off and stuff like that. So it was easy for me to identify the overall low points, high points, low points, and high points. I just did not take a position. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Not too sure if it's going to work out according to plan. And there it goes. So it doesn't look like I'm pretty much waiting for a really good setup. I'm trying to, right? I wanted to see if I can do like one trade for 1%. So one trade, $1,000, right? Because of the amount that I'm trading with. So it looks like we're already getting rejected, right? Looks like we already peaked out, getting rejected. It just didn't build. It didn't peak out high enough for me to like find the like sell the reversal margin to be that attractive. So I actually do not have the chat pulled up. Let's see. Here we go. All right. How are you guys all doing this morning? I'm sorry that I didn't left you guys behind. Just like, yo, where's the team at? Where we at? How are you guys all doing? Having a good morning? There we go, /CL with that sell-off. All right. Natural gas. Let's see where we at. Where are we? Let's see. I would like to get alerts as this thing becomes a little bit more on the overbought side. Nothing wrong with that, right? Just, hey. Whoa, okay. So it looks like my TD Ameritrade is lagging already. That's good to see. Looks like we're pulling back here so far. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI. Okay, sweet. Felix, appreciate you tuning in. Good morning. Starting a new internship today. Super excited. Congrats, Juan. That's huge. I like that. Okay. Do you guys see what it is that I'm waiting for? I'm trying to wait for a good setup, right? So I'm trying to not just take any trade. Yeah, I'm sure I could have made money. It was peaking out. Like I could have, bought in the dip on DWT, and the more that this thing sells off, I would have made a decent amount just due to the dollar amount that I'm trading with. But overall, I'm trying to wait for a good quality setup that, if this is a descending pattern, I wait for this thing to push up, become overextended. I buy the dip on the one that's uptrending and then wait for it to sell off. Just the pattern right now is either the setup is not there or the pattern isn't consistent enough. So I just simply have to wait, right? We have, here we go, natural gas. Of course, I would love to get into D-gas, right? And then the more that, natural gas sells off, the more that natural gas sells off, the more that D-gas can push up. But as of right now, the EMA line has been acting as an amazing support line for natural gas. So that's something that we have to make sure that we keep a very close eye on. So just joined, hope to learn and grow my portfolio. What's going on, Chances of success? What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the team. Look at gush and drip. I can imagine, right? So DRIP, here we go. Isn't moving much right now. And then we got gush. Yeah, I feel like this is following a very similar pattern to /CL. Obviously, there's definitely a difference, but if you've ever noticed when like a crude oil report comes out, sometimes it does have an influence on gush and drip, just due to what it's made out of, right? It's not a direct correlation, but there's definitely, in my opinion, an influence. Morning, Ricky from the UK. What's going on, AC Trader 75? What's up? What's up? What time frame do you normally view? So when it comes down to day trading, I like to focus more on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, but that's just preference. When I try to maybe identify something to swing trade, because I'm going to be holding it for a larger period of time or a longer time, I look at larger time frames as I want there to be a more consistent pattern. It's not just something that is trading within the day. Like, oh, cool, I had a good day. That doesn't matter to me if I'm trying to swing trade something. I also do explain that in the course. All right. /NQ, kind of all over the place, right? I don't see there to be a super consistent pattern. If you do, then you have a great eye. I think that's great. /GC. What do you guys think about this? Looks like it's uptrending, right? A little bit more on the overbought side, maybe. Not too sure. Just based off of recent patterns, might be something that we might want to wait for a rejection for and stuff like that. Maybe, right? When you said don't message me on Instagram, was that for me? No. It wasn't for any one individual. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Okay. No. Here we go. It's trying to push up. Good morning, Dan. What's up? What's up? Good morning. There you go. /CL pushing up. Nice. What do you guys think about natural gas right now? Are we going to find a support at the middle VWAP, or is natural gas just going to continue to get rejected? What's going on, Randy? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the team. So I like that it's been showing signs of an uptrend, right? But it broke above the middle VWAP, which is something that it was not able to do for the past couple of hours, right? So there might be a change of direction, and it might find a support at where it previously found a resistance, and that might be around the middle VWAP or the SMA line. So it definitely looks like it's getting rejected, right? Like it's pulling back, but not too sure. Like, look at the MACD, look at the RSI. It might be realistic for it to already find a support. So I don't know if it's the best idea to get in already. Again, it's building that nice little margin for us, right? And then we got /CL over here, trying to consolidate around the SMA line, finding and trying to build a support. Do you guys see kind of like how, again, the SMA line was a resistance? It continuously acted as a resistance, and it would get rejected around there. But now it's like kind of consolidating, trying to form it as a support. So trying to have a more clear understanding of the direction. That's the easiest way for me to put it. We're trying to get a more clear understanding of its direction. So Diaz did a good job after natural gas peaked out. So from where it bottomed out to where it's at right now, 1.4%, 1.5. Congrats to all those that were quick in and out. There we go. Wow, look at that. Wow. I was in Diaz and panic sold for a loss, shaking my head. Again, I mean, it makes sense when it pushes up and becomes overextended. There's a true break of pattern there, so I don't think risk management should be something that you should like see as like a shaking my head moment. You did your part in managing risk. Could you have done it better, right? That's always an area of opportunity, but you know, it definitely pushed up and it could have continued to uptrend. So don't just think about like how it played out. I would just think about like what could have happened and why your action, you know, might have been the best at the moment. Here we go, /CL again, trying to find a support. Do you guys see this? Trying to find a support here. It looks like the EMA line is trying to curl back up. Of course, man. No, Isaac. Trust me. At least for myself, I've been there where you're like, man, I should have just held. It's like you never know what the outcome is. So all you could really do is just manage your risk and lock in profits when, you know, due to your understanding, you think the time is right. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it consistent, and those best practices will benefit you down the road, rather than bag holding and hoping it does reverse. So let's say you put half of your account size in UGAS and it were to go to 0. Do you lose all of my account? Well, no. You just half of their account size in UGAS. Yeah, I mean, if you just put half of it, then and it goes to 0, you would lose half. So yeah. So would you add to your DGAS position? I mean, DGAS right now would be viewed to be at a resistance while natural gas is at a potential support. So the thing that I always like to ask myself is if I want to add more to my position, I want to make sure that I'm not adding at a resistance just to add, that there's a purpose and that there's a larger margin of profit, you know, that it makes sense why I'm adding more because I can scale it a little bit more, right? /CL, there it goes. Kind of just consolidating around this general area. Even if this sells off pretty aggressively, let's see how this looks. UWT. What's this spread? Let's see. There we go. Natural gas selling off, right? Watch out, please. Just watch out for this SMA line. This was the one that was acting as a resistance the entire, you know, pre-market hour. Just watch out for the SMA line to be a potential support. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI. Just remember, it's not about maximizing your profits today, right? That's not what it's about. It's making sure that if you want to be able to trade 5 or 10 years down the road, that your series of best practices today align with that, right? So an extra even $500 isn't a huge amount that you should like hold something when it's at an obvious resistance, right? Because it could go from green to red. And the thing that we're working on right now is learning to trade and refining ourselves. so we can later trade to profit. So just a nice quick reminder for you guys. Here we go. It looks like it popped right back up. UWT. Yeah, kind of just consolidating and getting rejected by that SMA line. So okay, so just like we kind of talked about, again, you never really know. There are these, like just like you guys heard me talk about, there's these points, like price ranges, where something it just becomes no longer a good deal, or based off previous pattern, it becomes closer to a resistance. So just like we talked about, a forward slash you see a little bit more on the overbought side, no, not so much of a good deal, and it makes sense on why it can correct itself. So if this thing begins to sell off, we might see something like JDST begin to reverse up. So just a little, heads up of maybe something to watch, right? Doesn't mean that you have to trade it. It's just something to potentially watch. Here we go. We might see some higher highs. Let's see where we're at. Are we gonna? Yeah, it all comes with time, right? So when it comes down to the simple buying and selling and everything from that, if there's any areas that you think that you might need to work on, and it comes down to things that are like the core and the very foundation of trading, I just want to remind you, like, you have nothing but time to learn, right? So if you have to transition back to paper trading for a little bit, don't think like you're taking 5 steps backwards. If anything, I think that is a very mature kind of, like, you're taking initiative and not managing any more real money, right? So you're helping yourself in that aspect, and you're really focusing on learning, right? And refinement and practicing. So when you get back to real trading, you're even that much better. So again, it's all about experience. If you don't know something, learn about it, practice it, refine it, and here we go. Looks like /NG. I think, wow, look at that. Look at that. Matthew, I've always found trading to be super interested. So the question is why do I trade? Is it for freedom, for the income, or for what? Obviously, I think something that intrigues us right away is the amount of money that you could potentially make, right? There's no question about it. It's because of how you can scale once you have something that works for you, right? But as I'm someone that gets normally very bored about certain things if it's too repetitive, and I feel like the market is always changing, so it keeps me on my toes to always try to be a better version of me, especially for a trader, and the concepts that we implement and the teamwork aspect, I really like all of it. So for me, and how I use my income when it comes down to trading, obviously it's great now that I'm trading with a much larger dollar amount, but I don't think I would. It's exciting because I'm scaling my trade and I'm trading with a larger dollar amount, so I don't want to minimize that. But last week being 18,000 in comparison to let's say it was 5,000. I'm just as happy now than I was before. I'm just trading with more money. So I wouldn't say that it's for the I like the benefit that I can trade from anywhere. I find that to be pretty lucrative, right? Is that why I did it? No. I liked having a normal job. It's just more I enjoy the whole process. I enjoy like all aspects of what I do, and the struggles and all that stuff. So here we go, /CL pushing up. So this is where, and again, I'm not suggesting this in any way, right? You should never buy something you don't feel comfortable with. But I just want to get some skin in the game, right? So I'm gonna go here, and where's my level 2 at? There we go. All right. Ooh. All right. So we went in with a 30% position size right now. So again, not very much. So just think about if you're trading with $1,000, this is where you potentially would have gone in for $300. That's how it's referring kind of. It's actually a little bit less than 30%, but yeah. Let's see how this goes. Again, I'm just waiting for it to become more of a bot, consolidate, and then confirm that sell-off. That's what I would like to happen. We're kind of at that break-even mark right now. Oh yeah, yeah. Up $30. I could eat today. I could buy myself Chipotle. Let's see, so I have /CL on my right-hand side over here. So I'm keeping a close eye out on that. So I want you guys to know that. I'm gonna wait, there we go. Let's see. Natural gas pushing up. That's good. I think we did a good job, right? Do you guys agree that we did a good job identifying based off of previous patterns that either the middle VWAP or the SMA line, because it previously acted as a resistance, that it could act as a potential support. So we were just aware. It's not that we knew it was going to happen. No one knows anything until it's confirmed. There's no true support until it validates that support itself, right? There's no true resistance until it validates that resistance or that rejection, confirming that resistance, right? Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to, right? So it made sense on why it could bounce there, but it didn't have to. So that's why you could either lock in profits and then choose to get back in once it confirms a continuous sell-off, or you lock in profits and then you step away once you confirm that it's actually a support. Do you guys see why we do these things? That as it approaches potential support areas or potential resistance areas, why we either get some skin in the game or either lock in profits. Natural gas pushing up, I like it. So again, the more that this thing pushes up, think about this. The more that this thing pushes up, the more overextended. If it repeats this pattern and sells off again, the more margin of profit we build for ourselves on DGAS. Just imagine this, on this trade alone, that it sold off, right? If you played this one right? If you played this one right from bottom to top, that was 2.5%. Let's even say you catch half of that. 1.25. But I was hoping for 1.5. But altogether, you guys get what I mean? That, like, if your goal is 3 to 5%, just wait for those setups to come to you. Don't force the trade. And that's something that I'm going to try to work on this week with you guys. And I want to try my best to lead by example. And sometimes, yeah, I understand that sometimes I take positions that are like, quick ins and outs. And I know that not everyone's like over the PDT rule. But I want to be a little bit more selective this week. It's not about like, I've had 2 amazing previous weeks when it comes down to trading. I now want to focus on, my confidence, gaining my experience, refining my overall experience trading with a larger dollar amount, and feeling more comfortable with the trade. So, you know, as this thing pushes up, again, I'm only in with 30%, less than 30%. So I'm like, I'm chilling. I don't really care how much it moves right now, because, you know, the dollar amount isn't going to devastate me because I can trade with so much more. So again, do you guys see how this is like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Definitely need to work on not forcing trades. Renee, just to put into perspective, I've been trading for years and I still force trades from time to time. It's an area of opportunity that we can work on. So you being able to identify that as an area of opportunity right now is already, like, you're ahead of me already by years, right? So I just want to remind you that again, if you think that it's like, wow, I really need to work on it, great, take a note of it and work on it as time goes on. Again, very simple little progress every day can lead to huge results. So it's not about causing drastic change, you know, on your trading or in your trading right away, but it's understanding that there's an area of opportunity that you can work on and slowly starting to, you know, refine that. So here we go. So we're approaching, I'm tempted to take another position around this general area, but there's no rejection just yet. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go in with 2,500 and I go in around 22. If it gets filled, great. If it doesn't, we're chilling, right? Like, I don't have to get filled. This is more of just like, I would like it to get filled. Are we freezing? Is it freezing for you guys? Is it lagging? No? Don't scare me, Mars. What's going on, man? Thank you again for tuning in. I would just double check your internet on your side just to make sure that we're all good. So, okay, so it looks like it might be bugging out for some people. So I do apologize. It probably might be my side. Yeah. We should be pulling back. What the heck? Okay, I mean, I'm all for it, but here we go. Do you guys see how it's trying to build a support? Look at natural gas. I mean, look at crude oil, right? Descending pattern approaching the resistance. There's no confirmation of a rejection yet, right? But look at the RSI, look at the MACD. Right now it's still pushing up, so that's why we're on edge, right? Here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you watched it in the course, but I like to keep an eye on where people are buying, so the bid, and where people are selling. So when it comes down to buying something, if I'm super like wanting, if I'm very interested in getting filled, I'll buy around the ask, or I'll buy in between the bid and the ask, right? Or if I'm not so hesitant to try to get filled right away, then I'll place it at the ask or above. Or if I'm not so interested in getting filled right away when it comes down to buying, then I'll place it at or below the bid. So that's pretty much it. It just gives me an understanding of where the demand is at right now. And other than that, you know, I can see like the order sizes. I can see the exchange that it comes from. I don't really care too much from that. What I focus on most is, you know, I want to make sure that I get a good deal. And when it comes down to adding more to my position size, being effective with my limit orders and stuff like that has, you know, definitely helped out. Here we go, kind of getting rejected. So what's going on? Nature's Offspring, Slick Rick, what's up? What's up? Yeah, it's viewed as level 2, which it says right here, right? Here we go. So I'm gonna set an alert here. Whoa. Okay. Well, now this is, wow. Okay. Let's be quick, Ricky. Come on, come on, come on. All right, looking at crude oil. We broke below the EMA line, so that's what influenced that secondary position, right? Oh, don't go building a support on me now. And there it goes, building a support. Do you know why I'm experiencing delayed data on my Thinkorswim platform? If it says 20 minutes delayed, all you have to do is call TD Ameritrade and subscribe to real-time quotes. So all you have to ask them is, I would like access to real-time quotes, and they will assist you with that. So you had all week and you still haven't changed your smoke detector battery. No, I know. I have to keep jumping up and press the button so it stops ringing. I know. Sorry for letting you down. I think we've been live for about 30 minutes, right? Yeah, 32. Not bad. Okay, so it looks like it is trying to build a support at the SMA line. I'm sorry, EMA line. Let's be careful with this. Okay. Do I need to submit forms and all that to subscribe to real-time codes? Nope, not to my understanding. It's literally just a phone call. But let me know if I can be of any help. You can message me on Discord, but it should literally just be a phone call, and it doesn't take very long. They just make you sign out of the platform and then sign back in. Super simple. That's all we like to do. We like to keep it simple. Come on, Jenny. Let's appreciate Jenny's gummy smile. What does that mean? Yeah, you could also do it on the site. But if you have a paper trading platform, you do have to call. And they will probably try to tell you that you can't, but you 100% can. Yep, it's under subscription on their website. Yep. All right, all right, all right. That's hilarious. Ricky, what's the length of your SMA line? So if you look at where it says SMA line on my screen right now, right? So right here. It continues to change, but you could see that it's a length of 180. You could see all the different like lengths of my moving average exponential, simple moving average, VWAP, all there. I also do explain it in the course. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you go breaking above that middle VWAP. You have to manage that risk. Oh, don't do it. Oh. Damn. Really just, I'm trying to have fun with this. It's, oh no, building a support at the email, and you guys see that. Oh, no, don't do it. Yep, no. 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 That's like, oh, Ricky wants me to get rejected, and they'll pretend, and they'll be like, psych. Bloop. Pushes up. But yeah, and then this could honestly be a very clear example of, we have no confirmation of /CL selling off yet, right? So I should have maybe waited for more of lower lows before I added that secondary position, because I added it right away. And I've explained this multiple times, that one pullback or one push up doesn't confirm anything, right? There has to be a consistent pattern, and even then, it's never certain. So I've done this for quite a while, so the emotional roller coaster is not that bad for me. But for someone that's just getting started and still gaining experience, waiting for confirmation and the back and forth of, might not, of it potentially not pulling back, can be something that can be like very daunting for new traders. So this is a perfect example of why confirmation is so important. Partake in the trade when the action is happening. Ricky, listen to your own rules, right? But I'm trying to preach based off of like my experience right now, what I could have done better, and that could have definitely been something that I could do better. So that'd be hilarious, Taylor. I think people would get offended, but that would be something funny to people are a little too sensitive, I think, as of now. But retweet Taylor. Aaron, I've been there, where every time that you think that you wait for confirmation, that you already think that it's too overbought and the margin of profit isn't worth it, then you have to be looking and waiting for more setups that the margin of profit is worth it. It's just all about being more selective, and that refinement. Or if you think that you can get in and get out quicker, depending on what you're trading, if it offers a consistent pattern, then so be it. But other than that, I would not have that to be something that's like, oh, well, this has happened. It's just like, then what can you do and what can you look for that can solve that solution, that can provide you with the solution? It's, you wait for, even with confirmation, with stocks that have larger margins of profit. Ricky, do you ever trade crypto? No, it's not a market like, do I have money in crypto? I have money in Bitcoin, but it's literally like, it's not much, and it's just money that I put there. I don't even watch it. If I lose it all, it won't devastate me, and I don't trade it, nothing like that. It's in there, right? If it does well, great. If it doesn't, then okay. I mean, you have to risk it for the biscuit, right? So just got the course yesterday. Super excited to get started. What is going on, Josh B? Welcome to the team. You should collab with the Nook Boys for it. Yeah. At one of the events that I spoke at, we're at the house right next to where the Nook Boys and like the whole Clout House lives at. I've been there a couple times, but I don't film videos with them or anything like that. So Do you have money in HMNY? No. Ricky, can you please check Tesla? Just signed up as well. First last year, I never learned so much from LPP lesson. Oh, appreciate that. I'm happy to have you as a part of the team. Let's go ahead and break down Tesla. Okay, so it's definitely still pushing up on the 180-day chart, right? It's right around that SMA line. You know, just like we said, I would take it day by day. It still has no true confirmation of an overall reversal. And I think it makes sense that it could still get rejected multiple times. It's broken above the SMA line, but still gets rejected. So again, I'm very skeptical about it being a support yet when it shows obvious signs of a resistance. So that's kind of my 2 cents. If something's pushing up and it offers day trading opportunity, great. As long as the margin of profit's worth it, and as long as you're not selling it to yourself, then so be it. So let's just be patient though, right? Let's not just be like, yes, this is what I want to invest in. This is my thing. And no, it's like, just make sure the patterns come to you, that you don't force it. Let's go, Ricky. The man, the myth, the legend is here. Josh, what is going on? What's going on, David? What's up, what's up, what's up? Brennan asking for VRRM. Alrighty, so pretty low volume intraday, right? Okay, I can see why on the larger time frames I would wait for higher highs. I can see why it is that you see value in this one. Just look at that MACD and look at that RSI. Does it make sense that it might pull back before it continues to uptrend? Just something that I want to point out. If you think it does, then maybe giving it a little bit more time. Yeah, but just as much as it could go up, it could go down and continue to get rejected. So remember that. Don't just be so sold on this thing's bound to push up. No, it doesn't have to. It's great that you have all these setups and these different focuses. Now let's just wait for it to come to you. Can you check JNEG, please? Yeah, so I think we talked about it just a little while ago, right, with /GC. It's kind of just consolidating, so I think something that might be of value for you is looking at this. It's actually not following /GC too well, but as of right now, yeah, kind of just consolidating, no true direction just yet. It's overbought, but it's finding a support. So yeah, it definitely can continue to uptrend, or we might see rejection. So it's just the time factor that I think that we have to give it. Ooh, there we go. Look at this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Look at this. Can we make lower lows? Guys, look at this. Oh, a little push up for the boys. Come on. Yep, it 100% can be, Nick. Oh. Here we go. Can we make lower lows? No. It's like, no, Ricky, you thought, but no. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Select. So are we gonna do it? I'm gonna sell here, and the reason I'm gonna sell, and this could be wrong, right? So this thing /CL can sell right now. I'll show you this right now. I lost $1.06, 60 cents. My apologies, $1.60. I'm managing my risk. Why? I could have done a better job waiting for confirmation. Right now, I'm not too sure if /CL is going to continue to make lower lows. Look at the MACD and look at the RSI. Really the MACD. for /CL. It makes sense on why it could potentially find a support here and push back up. I just want to make sure, again, what I'm trying to focus on is to take more quality trades today. I thought I was doing that. It didn't work out according to plan. I have to suck it up, and regardless of how much I want something to push up or how much something I wanted to push down, it's irrelevant, right? It doesn't matter about my opinions, my hopes, or my desires. I have to focus on the charts, and based off of the MACD, it made sense that it can reverse here. So I just wanted to close out my position, wait for a more proper setup, and again, I'm down $1.60. We had some fun. I lost $1, not bad. And on to the next one. It's just, ongoing. On to the next one. And right now it's down about 3 cents, 4 cents from where I sold. And there it goes. It pushed up just like expected. Well, when the MACD becomes, in a sense, oversold, it builds this potential reversal pattern. And when it begins to consolidate, there you go, right? When it begins to consolidate like this, how you saw that it wasn't making lower lows anymore, it kind of was just flatlining, then it gives me an idea that, hey, we might find a potential support here. So, I don't think I'll recover from that $1 today, right? But no, it's the principle. If I was down $1, if I was down $100 or $500, obviously it's really nice. I'm not going to complain. Really nice that I was only down $1. But I could have done a better job with my entries and my averaging up. And it just happened to be $1 that I was down. It's not anything that I was looking at when I closed out my position. It was just like, okay, well, we're at a point where it makes sense that it could begin to push up. That's not in my favor. I'm going to close out the position. That simple. It's not caring about how much I'm up, how much I'm down. It just makes sense. It made sense to me, and that's why I did it. So, red, Ricky. I know. I'm sorry. A little push up for the boys. There you go. And again, one thing that I can do now is because it pushed up and now it's at like 9.25, I can buy it. And even if it goes back to down this price, back to 52.12, I'll be up probably a couple $100 depending on how much I add, right? But it's not even about that. I'm going to try to wait for a good setup. Natural gas, where you at? Natural gas back at resistance. Look at that. Look at the RSI. Look at the MACD. If we get confirmation, again, if patterns tend to repeat themselves, they don't have to. Previously, when it was around this general area, right? It got rejected and sold off, and it bounced around this general area. So patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to. It looks like it bounced off the SMA line twice. So we might actually make higher highs here. This just means that we have to be more selective with our entries. We have to be more selective with our exits and with our stop losses. This should empower you. This means that you understand what you're doing. So keeping it that simple, this is where I'm going to close out the live stream. So 47 minutes, not a bad live stream. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I feel like we covered a decent amount of different things. I took a couple trades. Didn't work out exactly as planned, but I feel like when it comes down to the risk management aspect, I did a pretty decent job with that, as a lot of the stocks that I traded today or were breaking down today performed pretty much almost exactly like we expected. KDP just broke above 29.84. I don't know what that means. I don't trade KDP, but I hope you guys had fun. I hope we earned your thumbs up in this private unlisted video, and if you didn't, then I guess you can thumbs down it, as it makes no difference. But instead of giving it a thumbs down, I'm being serious. Direct message me on Discord and let me know what I can do better. If you're really going to give it a thumbs down, and instead of just feel free to give it a thumbs down if you really want to, but you know that we're always just looking, like, if I'm not doing something of value for you, or you're looking for something, voice your opinion, right? Suggest something, and maybe it's something that I could implement. So I really hope that I did earn your thumbs up, and if you have any pieces of advice for me, then send it on over. So 5-star Uber drive, I appreciate that. Thank you guys again for your time. Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. Be selective, focus on locking in those profits, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take